Hello, hello. May God bless you. May He prosper you this day. My name is Rick, and I am the cryptocurrency Watchman. All right, guys, everything's turning red again. We didn't have much of a green. We had like one day of green, and now everything's going red again. The market is it's getting crazy, and it's getting more and more frequent as we get closer to August 1st. I think the Bitcoin scare with the new algorithm being put in. I think a lot of people are getting scared. I mean, the markets are just reacting insane. I mean, it's almost impossible to really pick out which coins might do something. But we have to do the best that we can. I think that once we get past August, maybe about mid-August or so, we're going to start seeing things on a little more of an even keel, where we can see some better profits. But that's okay. We're just going to move on anyway. So let's take a look at the picks from yesterday. Just a quick recap. Made Safe was one of the ones I said to keep an eye on. We weren't ready to take a position yet. We were at 131 roughly yesterday when I talked to you. We were right about here, and we were looking for one of the candles to pierce above here. We did have that. This isn't a confirmation, not really. I mean, it was an indication that we were beginning some kind of upward trend, but it wasn't a confirmation of really, buying in and actually being able to make some money. We did have a little bit of a jump here, but now you can see it's, just kind of an even keel. Now, if you did get in, you're still okay. I mean, we're a little under. We were at 1331. It's 1325 roughly. Well, it's going down 1319, 1320. So, if you're in, stay in, because the coin's going to go back up. Okay, so don't sell in the red. If you set your stop loss at where you bought, then you didn't lose anything. If you saw it going down up here and you saw the sign, you jumped out, you made a little bit of money, great. Okay, but not a definite buy sign. So anyway, let's move on. Okay, Gnosis was the next one that we looked at. When we looked at it yesterday, we were at point 770 Satoshis. I believe we're somewhere in here where we were. If you notice, we saw the dragonfly. We were looking for a confirmation. We had a pretty good confirmation of a trend beginning. So if you got in, I would say that was a good move, because we're still in a, you can see we don't have a sell sign. We're just more of a lateral movement, but we are up. And if especially if you look at the wick up here, 0800 Satoshis. So we are still moving up. So if you're in, stay in. This could continue up even when everything's red. This one seems to be going up. So if you're in, stay in, and don't be afraid to just take 5% profit off of this one, because hey, you waited this long, might as well walk with something. Okay, pink coin is the next one that we took a look at yesterday that might have had some potential, which it turned out it didn't. We were roughly about 512 Satoshis yesterday, and you can see it now. Now it's just kind of working on a downward trend right there. So no buy sign from this one either. If you were smart enough or fortunate enough to jump in here, make your profits off of this. Like I said, I don't know if it's a pump and dump. I'm not sure what that was, but we are seeing a downward trend on this one. So nothing out of pink coin. Not a whole lot out of anything yesterday for the most part. Okay, to look at for today, I want to apologize because I know that I put XMR in the label for the video, and I actually forgot to put it on the video, but it's okay because there was no money to be made in it. But you may want to still keep an eye, an eye on XMR. There's a lot of volume going on in it right now. You can see the Bollinger Bands are starting to come together. It's not a buy sign, but we might, if the volume increases on this one. I mean, you can see it looks like we had a pump and dump yesterday, but it seems to have given a little bit of momentum, and pulled it up from where it was. So now this got a little momentum. Maybe we'll see some numbers out of this. I don't know. Just keep an eye on it. I'm not recommending this one or buy or anything like that because you can tell there's no buy sign whatsoever. But something has given XMR some new life. So we might see something out of this in the next couple of days. But just be careful with your investments, guys. Getting closer to the 1st of August. If you really just want to be smart about it and just sit out the markets maybe a few days, that might be a good idea, just to kind of see what's going to happen, after the first. But, there's still opportunities to make a little bit of money. So this is just one to look at. It is in the green compared to what it was yesterday, but, not a whole lot going on, but we could see another jump one way or the other on this one. So just keep an eye on it. Okay, one of the ones I wanted to take a look at was BitShares this morning. We're on a 1-week chart, 30-minute candle. The Bollinger Bands are squeezing together. That means it's, something big is getting ready to happen. It's going to go up. It's going to go down. Okay, one way or the other. Keep an eye on it. Let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah, you can see the Bollinger Bands are close together than they have been in over 2 weeks. Let me zoom out even more. Yeah, look, they're squeezing together tight, tight, tight. So it's getting ready to make a move one way or the other. Could be up, could be down. I don't know. There's nothing to give an indication of a buy or a sell. Maybe just keep an eye on the volume, and once it starts making a move down or up, look for your confirmation. If it's going down, then forget about it. Leave it alone. Maybe catch it next time. But if it starts moving up, look for your confirmation. Keep an eye on your candles. Make sure that you have a strong confirmation before you buy in, because sometimes when they make a jump, when you see those Bollinger Bands come together, something's is getting ready to make a big move, one way or the other. So hopefully it's going to go up. We'll see. Maybe we can yank some profits out of a day that looks kind of bleak right now. So keep an eye on it. Okay, Einsteinium. Um, I'm not sure what's happened with Einsteinium. I think we took a quick look at this yesterday, but something has breathed some serious life into Einsteinium. I tried to find something on Bitcoin news, anywhere, anything that maybe gave some indication. I did see something that were mentioning about them changing their algorithm. So maybe that's what's happened. So whatever happens, life has been breathed back into a dead coin. This thing has risen from the dead. So keep an eye on Einsteinium. We may see some amazing things out of this. The volume is well above anything it's been for a long, long, long time. So and I remember back not long ago, Einsteinium was actually a pretty good coin. I made some money off of this one more than once, and now looks like it's on its way again. Something has pumped it up. If you guys have any information on what's happened with Einsteinium, that what may have caused this, please hit me up in comments or email me at ccwatchman7@gmail.com. And give me a heads up, because I'd like to maybe make a little video on this one and just kind of see what's going on, what the deal is. But keep an eye on Einsteinium. The Bollinger Bands are coming together. Doesn't really mean a whole lot. There's no buy sign or anything like that, but it's more of a lateral movement that we're seeing. It could make a jump, but now that new life has been breathed into it, you might see some people start doing some volume in this coin. So keep an eye on it. Okay, I'm mentioning XEM this morning because there's just not much out there going on. There really isn't. So very few coins are showing any kind of real movement upward. Almost all of them are showing downward, which is obvious from all the red. XEM maybe made a little bit of a jump. Nothing major. Definitely not a buy sign. There could be some movement out of this. I'm just making it as a keynote. That there could be something with it. It looks like it's on its way down. I wouldn't get too excited about it, but might be worth making note. And it is one of the only coins that are in green this morning, so it's, that has any real volume going through it. So just making a note about it. That's all. Okay, I just wanted to make a mention about Litecoin. Litecoin's down at 41.75. Now the thing about Litecoin is, in the past you've been able to trade Litecoin and make some money, roughly between $45 and $55. It kind of bounced back and forth right there, and you could have done that for a pretty good while. This is what you're looking at is a 1 month chart, the 30-minute candles. We changed over to 2 hour. You can see there were, some good gains to be made right in here, right in this area here. And now it's oversold, but let me tell you something, for a long-term hold, Litecoin is going to be one of your best long-term holds. Litecoin is going to be huge. There's a lot of stuff going on with Bitcoin that is not a good thing. And also, I'm going to be checking more into it. But there's a rumor going around, word has it, that our government may be putting out a law, not making it illegal to set up accounts and buy and sell altcoins, but that you actually have to register, that there's paperwork that you have to fill out with the government. That's obviously going to include your social security number, your sites. They may even require your password, something like that. Now, so far it's just rumor. There may be nothing to it. I don't know. I was going to dig some more into it because I just heard about it this morning. Somebody had called and let me know that something was up. And because if you think about it, just all the major countries in the world, all of them, even China and Russia are accepting altcoins, particularly Bitcoin, some of the others also, but our government does not. In fact, they're doing everything they can to deter us from this, okay? They don't want to see any prosperity out of us. Now there are some good people in our government, and I believe Donald Trump to be one of them. And but he's got some serious opposition, and there are some greedy, demonic people out there that will do anything to keep the wealth from coming to us. They want it all. They want it all, and they want us to have nothing. They want control. They want us to be under their thumb and under their control. And you've got to realize this, guys. We need to stay in prayer against this, and we got to speak out. We got to stand up. Now, from what I understand, those of us that have accounts or are already set up are going to be okay because we're going to be grandfathered in. But look at what happened to the Ethereum blockchain the other day. They got hacked. And they lost $50 billion, billion with a D. And if you do some digging into the Ethereum blockchain, you see that many of the elites have invested into Ethereum. Even their symbol is the pyramid. And if you don't believe in the Illuminati and the demonic forces behind many of the elite in the government, then that's fine. That's your belief. But I'm telling you, they're real, and they're not playing games. They're playing for keeps. And what they want to keep is your money and your freedom. So guys, speak out against it, pray against it. Do your research, and look for the right coins for your long-term holds, because eventually some of these big coins that have been dominating, and I believe Bitcoin is going to be one of them, and Ethereum, one day they're just not going to be there. Either that or they're just going to be worthless. So just pray on it, guys. Use your discernment. Don't listen to what Rick says. Do your own study, get your own information, and then make your own determination. Well, thanks, guys. Please subscribe to my channel. I love you all. I'm getting ready to do a video on candles. I'm going to do different ones, dojis, whatever it may be. So, look for that one also. You guys take care and have a good day. Love you all.